everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris with Christys Crafts, and today I am bringing you the second process video in our July Build a Page series. So today I am going to be scrapbooking these two pictures of my daughter and my first grandson. This would have been his first Christmas, and the pictures were taken at the pizza place that we go to every Christmas Eve with my family. So I'm using the wood grain as the background. The restaurant that we go to is a lot of wood type materials, a few dead animals hanging on the walls and antlers and things like that. So this is appropriate paper for where we were having dinner at. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the branding strips off. And then what I end up doing is just going ahead and cutting, I think it was like a 2.5 or 3 inches, up 2. I cut a 2-inch strip. I actually cut 2, but I'm only going to use 1. I thought about putting some at the top and some at the bottom, but then I'm going to end up fishtailing it. And, actually what I thought I could do is put it wonky, but it wouldn't have gone wonky underneath that, you would have seen the wood grain underneath, so it just wasn't looking right. So instead, I'm just going to bring it off the side, and I'm going to fishtail it and make a banner going across, kind of a shelf for the pictures. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down, and then I'll glue that banner down, or the band. And I like the colors, I like the brightness of it, and it kind of goes with the writing on his shirt. And the little bit of green that's in the poinsettia paper matches the shirt that my daughter has. So I had a little bit of trouble keeping this straight. I tried eyeballing it a little bit, and every time I looked at it, it looked a little bit crooked. I think it still might be a little bit, but in the album, no one's going to look at it. I think it's when you're making it, you tend to overthink and pick out the things that the average person wouldn't see. So I'm just kind of trying to straighten it one more time and get it on there, and then I'll trim a little bit more off, and it's pretty good. So once I have this down, then I'm just going to go ahead and glue my pictures down. I'm going to take the horizontal picture, and I'm going to make that even with the band, and then I'm just going to askew the vertical picture just a little bit. And I like how this kind of gives it a little bit more interest to it than just putting them, both straight up and down. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue her picture down. But first I decided to go and grab one of the bingo cards, and I'm just going to kind of put it on a wonky angle behind. And I'm going to have it so it says the word smile. I'm trimming it up a little bit. There was a little bit of I didn't cut it real good when I used my 12-inch cutter, so I'm just kind of cleaning up the edges, and now I'm just going to glue it down. And I liked how the word smile was kind of poking out, so you really can't tell that it's a bingo card, but it's more for the word and the coloring than anything else. And again, I'm still trying to straighten out and make things straight, because they still looked a little crooked. So I decided to go ahead and use this gold colored Baby's First Christmas. There's not a ton of gold in the poinsettia paper, but there's enough that I don't think it looks too bad. And since this is his first Christmas, I thought it was important to document that. And he's with his mom. So here I have this ornament that has Santa Claus on it, and then I'm going to put a couple other ornaments hanging off of it. So if I had it to do over again, I like this big ornament with the Santa, but this small green one, I'd actually put it to the left. I don't know why. I'm going to fussy cut out another ornament from the piece of paper that has the numbers on it. And when I look at the two of them, I just think weight-wise, it would have looked better on the left-hand side than it right now, but I'm not going to change it around. So I'm tucking this little tree and this present underneath, and it's just bringing a little bit more of this green. And now I have this special delivery, and I have it here, but it's going to end up going at the bottom. I'm going to take a little bit of the washi, and I'm going to add that to it in just a moment after I go ahead and glue these two items down. And I'll trim off the little bit of excess that's hanging over the edge. So yeah, here's where I'm still looking at it. I'm not quite happy with where it's at. I thought about adding the flare button to it, and then I'm like, nah. So I'm going to grab the washi, and I'm sticking a piece of it up here at the top so it will say Merry Christmas, and it will go underneath the Santa. But I'm going to take this one first, and I'm going to build the cluster at the bottom with the special delivery and then the flare. And that's going to finish it up at the bottom. And at the bottom, I'm just going to say Dylan's first Christmas and first visit to Nick's Pizza, and then I'll put the date. So with this piece of washi, I'm going to move it over and have it just tuck underneath the Santa ornament, so that's just coming out from underneath, almost like it's a title. And if you look, it's got like a wonky ripped edge to it, and that's going to stay on, but off camera I'm going to straighten that out because I didn't like how it looked like there was a little bit of trapped space there. So that little top pointed edge of the washi is actually going to get ripped off later, and it looks much better. So here's where I'm going to cut an ornament, and I was looking to see if they had the number 24, and I couldn't believe out of all of them, they have 25, they have all these different numbers. They had no 24 for Christmas Eve. So instead, I'm just going to go grab the one that has stockings hanging on it, because the frame of that one looked similar to the one that was around the Santa Claus. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut the circle, and we'll have that ornament going, and that will go on the left-hand side. Now, I would have switched them around, but right before, when I had put my, right here, I ran out of ATG. And so I went ahead and used wet glue. So once it was down, there was no stopping it. So yeah, it's not bad. It just, I think it would have looked better if those two ornaments were swapped, but there's no going back now. So, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my twine. That's where I'm going right now. And I'm just going to get a little bit of red and white twine, baker's twine, and I'm going to run a little bit of that up to the top of each of those ornaments to make it look as if they're hanging from the top of the layout. And then that is going to be it for the layout. I will, you'll see me in a moment, try and tie some really pathetic bows. I'm not real good at the baker twine bows. Some people are so gifted with cutting bows, and yeah, that wasn't me. And you'll see I'll try my best to make them. I actually struggle a little bit with the bows, but it looks good in the end. It's just they're not perfect. But I think that's the lovely thing about scrapbooking is somebody had told me once, even with card making, that you don't want it to be perfect because you want people to know it was homemade and made with love. And so you kind of have to embrace the imperfections. So my bows are definitely going to be some imperfections. But again, once they're in the book, I think I'm the one that's looking at them and overanalyzing. And anyone else who flips through is going to look at the cute picture of Dylan and my daughter, and they're not going to look at my bows. But yeah. So I've got one bow on there, and I'm going to do two more. And then that will be it for my layout. So I want to remind you to check out Moira's channel. She is playing along this month. Christy's taking a break. I know she's been doing some family stuff and helping her sister out. So she didn't have an opportunity this month, but she'll be back again next month. But Moira is playing along. She was thinking she was only going to do 3 layouts, but the last I heard today, she's going to try and do 5. Her time is looking like it's freeing up just a little bit, so she thinks she might be able to get these in. So wishing her luck. And I'm just going to go ahead there. I'm gluing that last one down. So at the end here, I'm going to have some close-ups for you. And I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. And we will be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a double page layout, so stay tuned. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.